Hi.
Hi.
So today it's all about the second key to having great health. And believe it or not, it's something very small. Lentils and beans as our protein source. So why would we choose that? Well, we've been so conditioned to believing that animal is the only place protein resides. And in North America, no wonder we have this obesity epidemic and so many other conditions that they're finding come from the inflammation that animal can create. Animal and high-fat foods, basically.
Well, an animal usually is relatively high in fat and saturated fat.
True. And that's a great benefit of lentils and beans. They are no saturated fat, right?
Yeah, they're all polyunsaturated, so it's giving us the good oils, the good fats that we need, that the body needs, as opposed to the saturated fats that can create, they've known for decades now, the link between saturated fat and heart conditions,
Yeah. So the other thing is, lentils and beans have as much protein ounce for ounce as a steak. And none of the inflammatory markers or saturated fat that leads to such serious health conditions. And then microbiome. There's another great benefit there.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say one other thing about the protein piece. That we've been pretty low on animal inputs for a number of decades and don't show any symptoms of lack of protein. So I've got in my mind that it's pretty clear you get plenty of protein from an animal plant-based diet, especially from the lentils and the beans. And so people will start working with us and they'll say, oh, I just had this craving for protein, so I had some chicken or I had some fish. We've been so trained to think, like you said, that protein is in animal foods and not in plant foods. But it just goes to show how we condition ourselves to think about something that may not actually be true.
True. Yeah. And the microbiome, now they're finding that that's so vital to keep our immune system strong, which is so important today. And
the thing to recognize that when we say microbiome, we're talking about the gut flora. It's getting new names all the time.
Yeah,
That's the latest microbiome. I like it, but it's a little unclear what that's referring to. It's just talking about the bacteria and all the healthy life that is in our gut and how essential it is to our lives. So like Connie was saying, it's responsible for a lot of the immune response. It also produces vitamins and antibodies right there in our gut. And the way we feed that microbiome is with fiber. So here again, we're getting the same amount of protein from lentils and beans as we do from meat, but we're feeding the microbiome. There's no fiber in animal products. And so it's kind of a 1-2 punch. I think the reason that Connie really lists it as a real key to good health is because it not only gives us the protein we need, but it feeds that microbiome.
yeah, and I was speaking with someone yesterday who had made a lot of change in the way she ate because of a health condition. And she said, I just go to meat because I don't feel full. And I said, well, when I eat lentils and beans, which I do most every day, I eat at least 2 to 3 cups at a meal. She said, oh, I see. I wasn't eating nearly enough. So make sure that you give it a good try because I love the taste of it. I wanted to share that most. The taste, I don't know, I can just feel the minerals coming out of the earth when I eat those little babies. And
she's very sensitive.
and I just appreciate so much the depth of taste that they contain. They're so delicious. And they're so easy to make. And in today's world with canned everything, you can find them where you don't even have to cook them. So that's a benefit too. However, I like mine that I soak and cook for beans or lentils that I just cook straight away. I find the life force that supports our life force is greater when I take the time to cook them myself.
I think we've all experienced that. Homemade fresh always tastes better than anything bought in the store. But we have canned beans on the shelf because we all have busy lives.
Yeah.
And it's great to just grab a can and Connie will whip up some hummus, for example, instead of cooking the beans and making the hummus from scratch.
Yeah.
So it saves a lot of time. But it's not quite the same animal either.
That's true.
That's a pun.
Okay, good. I'm laughing now. So what I want to encourage you to do to really integrate this second key to great health is take 1 week out of your life, let go of all the animal and dairy and eggs. 1 week. I'm going to try this for 1 week and see what it yields. And notice what happens to your energy, your clarity of mind, to any symptoms that you have that you're dealing with because of whatever excess may have happened in the past. And you'll actually underscore why I say lentils and beans are the second key to having really great health. Now, recipe. Okay, so we're going to do lentil tacos, and they're very delicious and very quick and easy to make. If you don't want to cook the lentils, then buy a can of lentils and make the recipe from there. But try it out. We get lost in our thinking, and we live our lives from the past because we keep pulling old thinking forward. And we don't experience the possibility that we have as humans and that this body will deliver.
Yeah, look at a young child, almost every moment of their day is going out looking for something new in the world. And we create so many habits and routines in our lives. We lose a lot of that spontaneity and innocence. And that's one thing that I've loved about being with Connie and around food is he's always looking for new recipes, and I've kind of gotten into that too, It's just not going back to the same old routine all the time, and that is really fun.
It's fun. And we do a lot of coaching to support people with a busy mind, and we all have busy minds, to really disconnect food from our thinking. And as we do that, we lose weight naturally and easily. We find a lot of richness in areas of our lives we didn't find before.
Yeah, it's nice to see a lot of our clients that we're coaching around creating a healthy relationship with food, how they're able to create real lasting change around old habits, around reaching for food when there's like an emotional upset or something.
Yeah, and if you want a free session, no strings, we're happy to give you one and let you see the power of really understanding how life works and how the mind works in the way that it fuels and supports us to expand into more.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening.
Glad to have you with us. Bye.
Bye-bye.